Afternoon.
Look back over tape, is there anything that stands out to you? Sometimes it's not as bad as you thought on game day, but what's different when you watch it?
It was as bad as I thought it was. I mean, we didn't play well in any facet of the game, offense, defense, or special teams.
I'm just curious why Rashad White outsnapped Bucky Irving so much from 42 to 18. Does that have anything to do with Bucky and his ability to get down the playbook at this point, or a pass protection thing?
I had nothing to do with anything. I mean, we were behind. We threw it a little bit more. Rashad's probably a better pass protector at this point, but Bucky's definitely earned more reps.
You guys had pretty consistent praise for your outside linebackers in summer and training camp, and you had 2 sacks as a team in 3 games. Is there something you point to for why they haven't been able to get the quarterback more than they have?
Sometimes they just hadn't beaten their guy. Sometimes they haven't. The ball's been out, but we got to keep working. They got to get there. We need more push on the inside to help them out on the outside, and just got to keep working at it.
The guys that have had kind of the extended absences in terms of Winfield, Cansey, and Vita, do you get a sense in terms of whether any of those are in play to return to practice this week?
Not yet. I know they're getting closer. I just don't know how close.
Last year you started 3-1, so you're off to a good start, and then went in a pretty bad losing streak. So how do you prevent maybe the same thing from happening after a 2-0 start?
I can't make the mistakes we made. You know, we made a lot of mistakes yesterday that cost us the ball game. We could have made some plays that could have bailed us out of some things, and we didn't. Just got to stay the course. Understand it's going to be a long year. We're going to play harder the next game than we did this game, and harder the next game after that and the next game, and try to keep going.
Were they mental mistakes or physical? Or
some were mental, some were physical.
At the end there, you're down 16 in the fourth quarter. It seemed like there wasn't as much urgency on offense. You still stayed in huddle, didn't really go up tempo. Was there any reasoning behind that?
We were trying to go up tempo, and then we had to get in the huddle. Our wideouts were coming in and out of the ball game, so it slowed the pace down some.
what's your message this week to your team?
You know, not too high on the wins, not too low on the losses. We got another game to prepare for. We got to get ready to go after we watch the tape and correct everything, get the taste out their mouth, and get to work.
How do you Deckers go out with a hamstring, and I guess you didn't end up needing a long snapper after that. But who would have been your emergency snapper if you needed somebody after that?
Kate Otten.
Are there any other injuries to speak of that popped up Sunday we didn't see? I don't remember any of it else being announced.
Not yet. Still going through the training process of it. People still getting in there. I'm sure there are some nicks and bruises, but not sure which ones yet. Don't get that till the afternoon.
Will you need a new long snapper this week? Would you bring Zach Triner back, for example?
We've talked about that, so he will be the first choice.
When you look at some of the issues with pass protection and the amount of sacks that were allowed, was it more of an offensive line thing? Was it Baker holding onto the ball too much? What do you see from that?
It's a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
The depth of receiver is something you were high on, and McMillan has played a lot, and Palmer's not particularly. Really haven't had that many balls thrown their direction. Is that? I think the thought was that obviously defenses would put a lot of attention on Mike and Chris, but are you surprised they haven't been more involved in these first 3 games?
I mean, we're still working through it. Obviously, Mike and Chris are priority, but other guys got to start chipping in, and we got to get the ball to them.
You never want to come out of a game with, like, you know, Mike's been doubled his whole career, right? I mean, that's just who he is, and he's still as productive as ever. So we've done this. The ball's got to go somewhere. But with 3 targets, I assume that's never a good game plan if he's not involved early enough.
No, it's not. We got to get him involved more.
Okay.
Yep.